light in the understanding, but a determined darkness in our will. And so we know what to do, but our will not conform to what God has called us to do. You know I'm telling the truth in here. Many of the things that we do, we know better than to do. Many of the things we say, we know better than to say. But knowing does not mean the doing. And when we have knowledge and understanding in the mind, and yet our determined will goes against what God says, then the wrath of God must come. But I want you to notice that even in our determined darkness, that God is yet unwilling to bring wrath. He's many times unwilling to bring judgment. Why? Because the God we serve, he delights in mercy. He does not give us the punishment that we oftentimes deserve. Instead, it's after ample warning, and after he's told us time and time again, after we've been preached the truth to, after we've been ministered and witnessed to, after he's given us invitation, after working in the conscience of mankind, even causing nature to be a witness and a testimony on his behalf. Then after a while, a just God must render a just judgment. Eventually, he will, upon the unbelieving and the unrepentant, bring about justice. And this is what happens even in situations where we look at it, we're expecting God to do something and do it quick. And we're wondering why he has not moved quickly, even in the recent tragedies that we've seen happen. Instead, it seems like salt is further poured onto the wounds. But God has mercy, and his mercy is with his long suffering. But the moment his long suffering ends, his judgment begins. Many times we want other people to get their due just reward quickly. We want them, God, to get them quick, just snuff the breath out of their life, just take them out real quick. We hear about these situations, we want somebody to pay. But I want you to look back at your own life and think about the mercy that the Lord showed you. It may not have been as obvious when you was going through it, when you was in the abortion clinic, when you was in the corner, when you was in a crack house, when you was doing what you was doing, committing adultery, whatever it was you was doing. Then you wanted mercy in you. You wanted the Lord to whisper something loving into your ear and say, baby, I see where you are. But when it comes to some other folk, all of a sudden we get real dignified and real righteous. But the beautiful thing about it is this: his mercy extends not just to me, but to my brother and to my sister. And so while I'm waiting, I know eventually his long suffering will end. But I'm so glad that right now he continues